incident on the opening lap of the run. John Andretti now coming up to challenge Bobby Rahal, who runs in second place. Michael continues to pull away from Rahal.
Andretti, John goes around the outside of Rahal. He tries it.
John, who was apparently not satisfied with his car in some of the practice, now suddenly looking very strong as he moves around Rahal. Rahal back to third. John Andretti now into second and ready to challenge his cousin Michael. We've seen him in the race at laps above 225 miles an hour, Bobby.
Well, but Gallus has already told little Al that, and he's counting on the traffic. But there he goes by it.
And there's Big Al making a move.
Look at Big Al taking it back. Big Al gets it back. All right. Al saw that one coming. Boy, there's a veteran move.
That's the first time Michael has been passed in anger all day long.
And I'll bet anger is a word that figures in Michael's cockpit.
Where did that come from?
That's good racing. That was a good pass.
Around the cars very much affects what the drivers do.
Mario Andretti continues to close as Mario splits high around Fittipaldi and now challenges Scott Goodyear, but Goodyear, working the lower line, is able to hold on to it. And there comes Paul Tracy. Paul Tracy comes up and picks up second place. Now he challenges the leader of the race. A new battle for the lead, and it's Paul Tracy and Scott Goodyear. Two Canadians, and Paul Tracy moves into the front. But can he hold on to that? Goodyear's running a little faster line. Paul Tracy moves up, blocks just a bit, and Paul Tracy has the lead.
I think being a Canadian really brought some macho out of those two guys, Bob.
Paul Tracy just led that lap, which as far as I know is his first leading lap in a 500-mile race.
Paul Tracy. We take a look now at Scott Goodyear with Paul Tracy beginning to worry him. Again, the rules of this race are that you must make one pit stop, you must change at least 2 tires, and of course fuel is necessary, though not a great deal of it. And look at Paul Tracy as he darts inside Scott Goodyear, underneath Al Unser Jr., and picks up the place. So Paul Tracy is having a wonderful day. He's been moving steadily forward. Now the Quakers stayed on.
And this truly is a great race fight, a great championship fight. That's Stefan Johansson and Tony Bettenhausen's Amex car right up ahead of them. They're coming onto the front straight. Oh,
and look at Rahal. Boy, he almost got into the back end of Michael. Part of the reason for that may be that fourth place Scott Brayton, there you see him suddenly slowed on the straightaway in front of them. And I think it surprised both Michael and Rahal. The green flag stays out. But Scott Brayton apparently suffering some sort of mechanical ill. Second. Look at little Al, a different line off of the corner as he searches for traction.
Yeah, exceptionally different lines getting off. Little Al's trying anything he can, but to get off line, he's in the wetter area, but he's got to run it, Danny, here.
Boy, he takes a strong run, locks the brakes up going down into the corner, and makes the pass. Boy, you talk about daring.
Yeah, that's a good effort. You know, you just don't know if it's going to stop or not. You got to be so gentle with the brake pedal. If you just lock a tire up for an instant, it gets the car to sliding, and you just can't get it back when it's wet.
I would bet, because both pit crews could see the start of that, they just closed their eyes and then ran over for the TV to see who came out on top. Look at the different approach. Mario Andretti and Al Unser Jr. Mario tucks the car right tight to the inside of the keyhole, stays on that concrete pad, but now Al Unser Jr. is lined up to move to the inside and take it.
He's right under his rear wing. Mario will probably make it difficult. Mario Jr. comes down the inside.
Jr. slams down on the brakes. They won't but touch. They may in fact have. And Al Unser Jr. takes fourth place away from Mario Andretti.
Almost becoming a trademark of Al Jr. When he makes his mind to go down the inside, he's either going to make the pass or there's going to be contact, or both. I don't think there was contact there, but boy, does he come down the inside with a slice of authority.
Sullivan is out in front, but little Al is still doing everything he can. The decision may come at the end of this long straightaway as they come onto the pit straight. Al Unser Jr. is set up trying to catch Danny Sullivan, but Danny Sullivan pulls a little bit away. Still Al Unser Jr. now as they come to peak RPMs, approaching 13,000 RPMs, closes in, and little Al comes to the inside, and Al Unser Jr. picks the lead up again from Danny Sullivan.
As I've said many times, Paul, there isn't anybody that can drive into a turn from high speed as deep as little Al can. He knew that.
Work as far forward as he can.
And he's hanging on, but again we saw Rahal came down the inside, went down the outside, but look at Michael Andretti. He is now about to give Rahal all the trouble he needs.
Michael climbs all over the back of Bobby Rahal, clear sailing ahead. Good fast car, Goodyear, and look at that move by Michael. Look at Michael move along the outside up close to the wall. And Michael inside and holds Ray Hall off. Michael's back in front.
My word, I don't think there was even inches on the outside. I don't think Ray Hall expected that move at all. There was inches between the wheels. They may have even touched.
Now because Roger Penske has them both turned loose, and Rick Mears will have to hold off a challenge from his own teammate. It's a situation I suspect the two of them love.
Well, here comes Emmo on the inside. Oh, he locks
tries
it up.
to grab the line, locked him up, gets in ahead of Rick Mears. Fittipaldi has the lead, but can he hold on to it? Rick Mears is right there and challenging again.
A great move by Emmo. They both had to lock him up a couple times to try to get those maneuvers handled.
And I don't chased, and in fact, being followed by a very combative Paul Tracy. Bobby Rahal runs in third place. We'll be back to Detroit after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Oh, you know what? Right here,
Tracy,
this is amazing.
He hits him. Paul Tracy takes the lead.
But you saw that Michael Andretti saw him coming too and decided to give him room. Now, right now, this is a completely different complexion to the race. Can Paul Tracy lead a race under this sort of pressure? What happens when a young driver's blood is really up, as Paul Tracy's must be right now? Will he make a mistake now that he's the one under pressure?
Mode here. Look at Tracy, tries the high line, the outside line, but John quickly blocks it. He moves up.
Tracy darts to the inside, gets alongside John, very, very close. John now knows he's there, and Tracy is passed. So John Andretti, who was so solidly in second place just a few laps ago, is now back in fifth.
And that Tracy-type move is so risky under braking down at turn 3, because remember, they enter that corner at 175 miles an hour. So if wheels touch at that type of speed, oh, look
and Paul Tracy comes around Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi gets caught in traffic, but now Tracy is caught behind Al Unser Jr. as they try to lap him. And of course, little Al is not going to let anybody get past if he can avoid it at all. It's no move over, I'm a good guy on this race. It's too important in the points. Paul Tracy tries a high line to the outside, gets alongside Al Unser Jr., and Tracy is passed. Now Fittipaldi has to handle him up. Al Unser Jr.'s next big chance is turn 3, a very fast section of the course here. He works his way through turn 1.
Now this is where Cheever passed him. He came up along behind him here. He's not going to get by Johansson here, though. Al Jr. is not.
So Al Unser Jr. tries to the inside of Johansson. Can he hold? He locks the brakes up. Al Unser Jr. takes Johansson very, very wide and moves into third place. So exactly where we suspected it might happen, there it is.
Literally muscled his way past. In fact, Johansson did not want to let go, but I believe they touched. I think those two cars touched on the braking.
Tomorrow's green flag. Nick was worried about this start, but he's got it off nice and clean, and the battle begins right at the front of the field with Rahal moving to the outside. Rest of the field comes through nice and smooth through the first turn now. It is still Rahal trying to challenge Emerson Fittipaldi in the 5 car, but look at Michael Andretti in car number 1 as he comes up and they're 3 wide on Lakeshore.
Boy, you can see Rahal go right past. Look at that going into the first turn. Michael locked up in brakes. The tie, 2 abreast through that first turn, Paul. That's really something.
Fittipaldi drops back, and Paul Tracy comes up to get around Fittipaldi in the number 4 car. Now he is around Bobby Rahal.
This is the most exciting first lap I've ever seen.
What they show you is.
Checking the onboard cameras as the pace begins to pick up now. They come off the 4th turn. The field accelerates. The green flag is out. And Eddie Cheever moves to the front as the 76th running of Indy is underway. And look at Mario and Michael Andretti. They split and go around Eddie Cheever. The Andrettis are in the lead.
Well, there had been a feud between Cheever and the Andrettis, and boy, did the Andrettis take care of that feud in a hurry.